Hey guys, wanted to send out a quick video of just a issue we had with this old Ford, I think it's an N8 or 8N tractor. This is my mom and dad's tractor. They couldn't get it started this year. When we tried to start it, it was making a horrible noise. And it got to the point where the engine was turning over extremely slow, and you could tell there was something binding up in the motor that was preventing it from turning over fast enough to run. We thought that we had broke a ring or lost a bearing, that the engine was junk. And then after searching the internet, I found a couple of tricks to try before we tore everything apart. First thing is I took out all the spark plugs, all 4 of them, and I dumped a little bit of automatic transmission fluid down there, just a little bit, just to break up any kind of issues that we might have with the rings, if there was an issue with like a seized ring in there. And then on the front of the motor, unfortunately I can't get you close enough to actually show you, but on the top of the water pump you'll notice there's a nut that is larger than the rest, and that nut is actually part of your oiling system for the motor. And these motors actually lose prime, oil prime. And what you need to do is take that bolt out. There's a spring and a metal plunger behind it, and then you need to fill that hole full of heavyweight oil, like gear oil, and then put it all back together, and then turn the motor over, and hopefully that'll prime the system. And then one more thing that I did is actually on the other side of the tractor here you'll see the oil canister for the oil filter right there. I took that apart and I filled that completely full of oil, just regular motor oil, and then put it all back together, cranked over the motor, and then the noise that we were hearing went away, and it turns over fine and starts up great now. So whatever the issue was, it was an oil issue. I'm not sure if it was a bearing noise or cylinder noise, ring noise up against the cylinder sleeve. I'm not sure where the noise was coming from, but it was definitely metal on metal, and it was binding, which was making it to where the engine wouldn't turn over fast enough. We originally thought it was a starter problem or a battery problem. It wound up being neither of those issues. The starter and battery are just fine. Then we thought maybe the water pump was froze up. We actually tore that all apart. It wasn't the water pump, it was actually an oil problem. So if you have a slow, if your motor is turning over slow and not firing, this is the original 6-volt system, and it turns over plenty fast to get it to start up. If everything's working the way it should fire up with no problem. So if you have a problem where the engine seems like it's binding up or not rolling over fast enough, do those 2 things before you get too in depth. It's very simple to pull that nut off the front of the water pump, fill that full of gear lube, prime the system, put oil in your oil filter, make sure you have plenty of oil in the motor, and then see if that resolves the issue. It'll take a second for it to actually work through the system, so you might have to turn it over for, I don't know, 15 to 30 seconds before you notice any kind of change. So hopefully that saves somebody some time and some money. You guys have a great day.